Hi, parents. This is Miss Kaufman. Since we are in our first week of remote learning and we are kicking everything off this week, I thought it would be a great time to share a resource with you about how you can support your child's language skills at home. In this resource, it's one of my favorite resources to share with parents because it really gives some specific examples of ways that you can support your child's language at home. And it focuses on two very easy techniques for you to use when you're communicating with your child. These techniques are great because they are applicable and they are beneficial for any type of communicator. So, for example, if your child is a verbal communicator, but they just have a little bit of difficulty with using complete sentences, sometimes they forget to use prepositions or verbs or function words. These techniques are a great way of supporting them by providing an appropriate model. It's also great for any type of communicator that is nonverbal or that may use a communication device when they are communicating. This is a way for you to provide them with models on how you would like them to communicate using their device. So, today we're just going to go over some of the techniques, and then I'm going to briefly talk about some of the other things that are included in this resource for you to use at home. So, the first technique that we can use is language expansion. And this is where you are expanding a child's utterance. So, for example, if a child points to a door and says outside, they could be requesting that they want to go outside. So, in order to expand their language, you are going to restate what they said in a complete sentence. So, you can say, "Do you want to go outside?" When you are providing them with that model, it's very beneficial for them because they are listening to you communicate and they are taking that all in. So, research states that children learn best by modeling. So, the great thing that you can do at home is to continue to provide them with modeling of how you would say an expression in hopes to support their language development. The next strategy you can use is language extension. So, this is where you are extending what a child says. So, you are going to first restate what the child says, and then you can also add new information. So, this is a great technique you can use when you're playing with your child. So, for example, if you are playing with cars on the ground, you could say, if the child says, "Car go," you could say, "Yes, the car is going fast." What you're doing is you are restating what they said, and then you're also adding some new information to your utterance. So you're extending your model, you're giving more information and more language for them to hear. So, as I mentioned, both of these techniques work with any type of communicator, and they can easily be implemented into your daily lives. So, as we move down the resource, you're going to see more examples of what expansion and extension look like. And then you also have some different types of opportunities for you to use these strategies at home. So, some of these may not work at the moment, such as retail stores or different things that you would need to go outside of the house for. But these are still great opportunities for you to review what you could do and see if you can implement them as we are at home. So, just to go over some more examples of expansion and extension, when you're expanding your child's sentences, this is where you are providing a model using correct grammar and you're using longer sentences. So, for example, if the child says, "Doggy, run," you could say, "Yes, the dog is running." Or if the child says, "Him hurt," you say, "Is he hurt?" So, you are just restating what the child says into a complete grammatically correct sentence. And then with extension, this is where you are going to restate what the child says, and you can also add additional information related to the activity or related to the child's comment. So, for example, if the child says, "Baby cry," you could say, "The baby is crying, he's hungry." Please review the resource. I definitely encourage you guys to review and see if there's anything in this resource that you guys could implement at home. This resource is not meant to add any more stress or add more things for you to do, but instead it's just some information on different ways that you can think about supporting your child's language development at home. Down at the bottom, there is a section that talks about places around the home, and this is one of my favorite parts of the resource because it really is relevant to what you can do with your child right now. So it gives all different times throughout the day, different opportunities for you to provide expansion or extension when communicating with your child. I hope that you enjoyed this resource. If you have any questions, please comment below. Again, this is just for you to have some more information about what you can do to support your child's language at home.